there, and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for sticking with me, by the way, if this is a welcome back, because I'm trying to get in my groove of figuring out how I want to do this, which leads me to my next question, or my first question, I guess. If you've watched my other two videos, comment down below, let me know which intro you liked more, because I'm trying to figure it out. I think I like the one that's in this video the most. But the lovely people on youtube.com, you guys get to have an opinion too, so let me know. But I'm starting to find my groove in this a little bit, so hopefully there should be more consistent videos coming out soon. I do have like a backlog of vlog footage that I just need to edit together, so I will get around to doing that. But today's video is actually very exciting. I'm going to take you around the Harry Potter studio tour with me, because I went the other day and I found it really fun, so we'll just get straight into that. So all of this is going to be done over a voice memo because I was way too awkward to film in a place that had that many people in it. I was terrified. But I haven't been to the Harry Potter studio since I think I was about 9, so it's been almost 10 years, and I mean the room you're seeing right now I'd never seen before in my life. They actually had, I don't know whether it's an exhibition or whether it's just a permanent new thing that they've got in place, that there was stuff about like behind the scenes of special effects, which is what is about to go on right now in the Great Hall, which I think it's supposed to recreate Fred and George after the owl exams when they throw all the fireworks. I'm not entirely sure what it was supposed to recreate, it was just kind of making a lot of noise. But I don't remember them being there on their brooms before, so maybe it is connected. If not, maybe I'm just being a bit dumb. I'm not entirely sure. But I thought it was really cool, and actually they had further on in the tour, when you got about halfway through, in the Backlot Cafe, outside where all the night bus and stuff and Privet Drive is, they had a cinema in one of the, oh god, that, and it's not very helpful when I flip the camera like that, is it? Anyway, they had a little, what do you call it, like a sound studio, small thing. But inside there was a talk that went on every half an hour about behind the scenes of special effects, of how they filmed the underwater challenges in the Goblet of Fire, and also all the stuff with the dragon. So they showed us clips of the people who actually worked on the film, like how they explained how they did all these scenes. It was really interesting to me, and I had never thought about it before, how actually when you're underwater there are two types of shots that you can do. There's a push shot and there's a pull shot. Obviously a push shot is quite easy, you're following the actor behind them most of the time. A pull shot, however, like all the scenes that they filmed where they were showing their face underwater, they had to be, well, the cameraman had to be pulled back either by a person or by a pulley system. I don't know why this thought has never crossed my mind before, but they were explaining how it's really difficult to do, because obviously you have like the tension of the water working against you, and also the fact that whilst this is going on, if you're the cameraman, you can't breathe. You can't breathe because your air bubbles are going to go in the shot. I don't know whether this is just a me thing. I had never considered that before in my life. I don't know whether I just like, that isn't a normal thing to think about, but I was like mind blown, sat there like, oh. And the fact they had to shake down before they actually like filmed, because they had to get all the bubbles off of them, and that they would have to refilm shots if any bubbles got in the frame. And that I think it was the actors could only be like, they could only film underwater for 4 hours a day, so it took like 3 months to film just the underwater challenge, and it was like 6 months of training before that. And Daniel Radcliffe actually added extra onto his training to make it so that he was a fully qualified diver by the end of it. Oh, this clip, this was a forced perspective. I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically how they made Hagrid look huge in all the scenes in the Leaky Cauldron. I would say it worked, to be honest. I looked a bit massive, and when we looked back at the video I was actually quite shocked. I didn't think it was going to work that well. Anyway, back onto the underwater challenge. One of the fixtures that you can see in the Goblet of Fire was actually, I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically like a bob chamber, where basically each time you surface after being under the water for too long, it limits the amount of time that you can then spend in the water afterward. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not explaining that very well. I'm probably not explaining that very well. So instead of them getting all the way out of this giant pool of water every time they needed to like surface, talk to the director, talk to the producer, anything, they made a bob chamber that had a camera and a microphone and I guess like some sort of TV screen, where instead of surfacing all the way up, they would just kind of bob their head up into this little chamber, catch their breath, take a break, and also they could see the director and the director could see them, so they could get notes on what they needed to do. Which, I don't know, I just thought that was really cool, and I had never actually considered the fact that that was something that they had to do. I don't know, but film and media, any type of media journalism, it's something that I'm really interested in going into. So it was quite lucky for me that they had this going on, so that I could learn more about the behind the scenes of how things actually work. Because like I said, I had just never really thought about it before, but I definitely think the Harry Potter films are something that have inspired my want to make films, or make a TV show, or write a book. Anything really, anything creative, that's what I want to go into. So I kind of owe that to Harry Potter, and I mean, I think it's kind of quite an average thing to say that Harry Potter was a big part of your childhood, but I really did love it as a kid, and it's been really nice that after I was in such a deep depression, that things like that I used to love, like Stranger Things and Harry Potter, truly are the reason why I got myself out of that hole, because it was finding stuff that I used to enjoy that sparked new enjoyment in me, and it's made me a happier person in the long run, as cringy as it sounds, but I'm grateful for it. And as well as that, what's it called? The season 5, the making of season 5 Stranger Things documentary, that's another thing that has really inspired me to want to go into filmmaking, media, movie producing, all of this kind of thing. I think it's quite hard and quite niche to get into. Well, it is. I don't think it is quite hard to get into, but I'm very excited to give it a go. And I think that doing stuff like YouTube is actually quite a good stepping stone for me to get, dip my toes in to thinking about how to visually create things, make things interesting. So I mean, again, like I said, if you have any advice, or if you have an opinion on which intro you liked better, or anything I can do that you think would help make my videos more enjoyable, more visually pleasing, more auditorily pleasing, is that a word? I don't really know. If you have any advice, let me know. Leave it down below. I'm always open to it. Like I said, you guys are the ones watching the videos, so you guys get an opinion too. But I think from now on, a lot of my videos will be vlog style content, rather than, because I don't do stuff like go to Paris and go to the Harry Potter studio tours every week. That's kind of a bit abnormal, though I do like making these videos because I think it's a really cool and fun way for me to document it, and then I can look back on it and watch my own videos, which, big up myself there, because I will watch my own videos back. But yeah, I think it will either be vlog style content, or I read a lot of books, okay? A lot of books. I get to read, I'm very grateful, I get to read at work when it's quiet. So I think I've read 34 books so far this year, and we're only in February. Don't ask me how I've done that. I don't really know, other than the fact that I dedicate a lot of time to it. And my therapist has been on a break for 3 weeks, so I've had a lot of free time, okay? I've had a lot of free time. But I don't know whether that's something that you guys would be interested in me incorporating into the channel, with me talking about my books, because I have a lot of opinions, I have a lot to say. One of the things I got whilst I was at the studio tour was the Mina Lima copy of The Goblet of Fire, which is stunning. If you've never seen them before, search them up right now. Search them up right now. They are absolutely stunning. I have the first 4 copies now, and they're on my little Harry Potter shelf, which I'm very proud of. I've organised it quite well, in my opinion. But they are absolutely stunning, and they have little pop-ups and interactable things inside the book. I don't know how they've made it. It's so cool. But yeah, if anyone's interested in me ever talking about any of my books, let me know. Right now I'm reading The Prior of the Orange Tree, if anyone's read that. I just read The Prior of the Orange Tree. Now I'm on A Day of Fallen Night. I think they're going to be new favourites. I really enjoy fantasy books, but anyway. We're getting to the end of this little montage, although it would help if it wasn't blurry, but we are getting to the end of the montage of clips. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching my little adventure. I know I enjoyed experiencing it, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one.